What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, some of you may have seen the rumor floating around in the last week about the Russos, and all of a sudden Kevin Feige being just a little concerned about them directing the next two Avengers movies when Electric State dropped and is holding steady on Rotten Tomatoes right now at an absolutely abysmal 15%. And while I didn't want to give that headline a lot of reverence, you gotta be honest, it is not a good thing that the guys who are about to direct what could be the two biggest movies of all time just laid an absolute stinker. But the real truth is that outside of their production company Agbo, which has had some success, especially with releases like Everything Everywhere All at Once, their track record specifically as directors since Avengers Endgame has not been that good at all. Still feels a little silly like Kevin Feige might be having second thoughts. Remember, these are the guys who landed Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Surely they still have some juice in the tank. Well, we just got a huge industry insider update that actually added a lot of credence to this, and what he had to say might not surprise you at all about Marvel Studios and specifically Kevin Feige's new plan for how he's going to oversee Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could hit the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. If you're into that kind of thing, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this was the latest update coming from industry insider Daniel Rickman. You guys can follow him over on Twitter at RPK News, and if you're not familiar with him, he's probably the most trusted and definitely the most active Marvel scooper in the game. This is what he broke late last night, quote, "I can confirm that Kevin Feige has concerns about the Russos directing the next two Avengers films. However, at this stage, replacing them isn't an option, so he plans to closely oversee the projects, ensuring the script is just right and everything stays on track. He's going to be way more hands-on with them than ever." Okay, so I'm going to give you guys my honest take. Again, Daniel Rickman's a trusted scooper. He is right a lot more of the time than he's wrong, but I don't think this is like a mutually exclusive thing where part of this can't be true and the other part be false. Kevin Feige having concerns about the Russos, even if Electric State came out and did 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, they already did so many Marvel movies, he's already seen what they've worked on since Avengers Endgame. Electric State is just one of many films they've directed. It's hard for me to believe that any one bomb could sort of monumentally change Kevin Feige's opinion or even put him into panic mode. And sure, like I said during the prologue, it would be a lot better if the guys who were going to direct your next two huge Avenger films actually hit a home run right before they started filming, but I don't think conversely, one absolute stinker like this is going to change Kevin Feige's opinion and relationship with those directors. Now, just because we can't be exactly sure on the relevance of the first part of the scoop doesn't mean that the second part isn't true. Marvel Studios has already hallmarked most of their Phase 4 and Phase 5 failures by the fact that retroactively, it said that too many rewrites happened or that it was movie by committee on films like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, a phenomenon also known as too many cooks in the kitchen, and we'll come back to that. So to hear that Marvel Studios, by extension Kevin Feige, is going to be more hands-on than ever with these two Avengers films is not only surprising, but also is just a little concerning to us the fans, because this is what has gotten in their way before, is that they can't let the writer write, they can't let the directors direct. It ends up becoming this thing where they're rewriting and redirecting, reshooting so many times on set. And the other huge concern is that they've got extremely limited time constraints where extensive reshoots and rewrites won't be possible as they sort of get through the rest of this year and approach the Doomsday release date coming up early spring. Now, if you're not familiar with my channel and me, I am a hype man for the MCU way more than I'm a pessimist, but I'm going to call this one exactly like I see it. It seems like a recipe for disaster where we already know Robert Downey Jr. is not going to have many people in the room who are going to tell him no. If Kevin Feige is going to be more hands-on than ever, and you add in the two directors, all of a sudden you have 4 people with very strong egos and opinions with what all could be very competing ideas about where this is all going. But should we be concerned? I mean, aren't these the exact same guys who were able to put all of these ingredients in, bake an Avengers cake, serve it up, and we got the quality product that was Avengers Infinity War and Endgame? And yes, those two films are both plagued by some absolutely enormous gaping plot holes that once you see are pretty hard to unsee, but the truth is that they were good, fun films. They hold up, the rewatchability is there, the cheer factor was there, the fan fiction factor was there. They included it all, and they know what's at stake with Avengers Secret Wars. So here's my honest take. We may hear more stories like this, and in fact, it's sort of been par for the course as we get closer and closer to Marvel movies that there's at least going to be one or two reports about bad test screenings or negative reports. It's just what people do for Marvel movies these days. I wouldn't really put too much stock into any of it. If these guys haven't earned the benefit of the doubt after Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, then you got to ask yourself what your expectations are for people who do movies in the first place. It feels a little unfair that they did as well as they did with those two movies, and we're still sitting here doubting them for the next two. I mean, who else would you want to do it but the guys who have already done it? Which had to be at least part of the thinking for Robert Downey Jr. when he insisted it was them who directed if he was returning, part of the thinking of Kevin Feige when he hired them, and let's be real, there's been some real sinkers on both sides of the fence, so maybe another part of the thinking was, hey, let's get the band back together, the ones that actually made some hits, so we can make some more. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below in reaction to any of this. Did any of you actually watch Electric State? Is it as bad as the ratings are? I gotta be honest, I don't really think I've tuned into anything Russo's since I watched part of Gray Man, which I didn't finish watching because it was so bad, and haven't returned since. But you guys let me know down below literally about all of this. Do you have trust in Kevin Feige and Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos to pull this off? Or are you just as concerned? And I don't think you have to, feel bad if you're concerned. I think that's okay. It's natural human reaction. I would just remind you to listen to everything in this video and think about it. There are only a group of people on the planet who have done good Avengers movies, and they're doing the next ones. So who else would you even want? Now quickly, before we get into the giveaway stuff, I want to say thank you to all you, especially if you're watching in the 6-minute, 30-second mark of this video, but you are definitely a current member of the Everything Always community, and 7 years ago in 2018, on March 23rd and 24th and 25th, I started posting Infinity War videos, not knowing where it would go, if anywhere, and here we are, and I'm still doing it 7 years later. I feel so blessed to be able to talk to all of you daily about my thoughts and opinions and reactions and share the MCU experience with you guys. This journey has been incredible, and I'm thankful for it every day, and so I wanted to tell you guys that. And the second reason I bring it up is that if there are any of you out there who are in content creation, who are just starting, I would just recommend and wholeheartedly that you keep your head down and you work hard. It took me 7 months to get this channel going, but it took me 4 channels before this since YouTube existed. I had a music tutorial channel, I had a video game channel, I had all these different types of channels that just didn't work year after year until I figured it out, and you can too. And so if you're just starting, or if you're one of those people who's grinding and you're posting your 100th video and you're still sub 1,000 views, keep going. It will work out. You will figure it out. The thing is you just can't quit. And, I wish you all luck in your endeavors for that. But in the meantime, just be a subscriber, leave a comment that enters you for our PS5s. Like the video if you liked it. You don't have to, no one will know. Notifications on if you want to keep up with the videos. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. And again, if you're a content creator and you're struggling or you're just starting, go for it. Keep at it. You will absolutely be successful. It just takes time. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.